Conference will now be recorded.
I call this special meeting to order. The City Commission of Rio Grande City. It is Friday, August the 28th, 2020. It is 12:09 p.m. and it is a virtual meeting. This time we'll have the invocation by Commissioner Jones, followed by the Pledge of Allegiance by Commissioner Ramirez.
Bow our heads. Heavenly Father, thank you for allowing us to get together for city business today. I ask you to bless those that are going through the COVID-19 dilemma. I pray that you guard all those that have been sick and that are currently in the hospital, to guide them in the right direction. God, I ask you to bless us in conducting city business and guide us in making the right decisions for the residents of Rio Grande City. And all this I ask for you, amen.
Amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic which stands one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to the Texas, one state under God, one and indivisible.
This time we'll have item 1B, roll call and finding of quorum. Ms. Garza?
Yes, Mayor Villarreal,
Here.
Mayor Pro Tem Garza, he's here. Commissioner Flores, Commissioner Ramirez,
Here.
and Commissioner Jones.
Here.
We have a quorum.
Thank you, Ms. Garza. Next business and orders, item 2, resolutions, letter A, discussion and possible action to approve resolution number 2020-28, authorizing project area designation, that's blight designation for the city of Rio Grande City's 2020 Texas CDBG Main Street Program grant application.
Mayor and Commissioners, for that item, we've got Ms. Guillen. Ms. Guillen, are you on?
Yes. This is one of 2 resolutions that submitted with our application, and this pretty much designates the project area. There's a map attached to the resolution that shows the area that we are working with, and so it is one of the checklist items for the CDBG grant.
What is the scope of the project, Ms. Yen? What are we looking at as far as grant monies available for this?
So we are applying for a grant that is a project, $215,000 for the repair dilapidated sidewalk in the main street. The sidewalks are at the corner of Second and Garza, Second and Flores, and Main and Flores, and that's over at the building. We're at the Texas Cafe block and Cafe Mexico block on Main Street.
And you mentioned it was $215,000?
Correct. Correct.
It's also a matching grant, or is it all?
It is a matching grant. There is a contribution that we, if we are awarded, will be making in the amount of $32,200.
Okay.
We also have Mr. San Martin on if you have any questions for his resolution on the grant.
Okay. So Martin, hello, sir.
Hi, Mayor. Hi, Commissioners.
Hello. What is the deadline for that application? And what are the chances of us getting it?
It's on Tuesday. So we submit everything electronically. We have a good chance with this one and with the fire truck as well that we're submitting on Tuesday. Like I tell Mr. Perez and pretty much all our clients, the first step is submitting and moving forward with that. We can't miss the deadline or miss anything that's pending. So that's the most important thing, submitting But I think just based on your demographics, and since we haven't gotten a Main Street grant in a while, that we have a good probability.
And by when should we find out if we receive something or not?
I believe that so the applications were delayed. They usually do them in the early summer, and then by October, September, we know. So I'm guessing now it's going to be more like December, January. We should know.
Great. Well, and the scope of the project is something very positive for the area that we're trying to improve, and certainly goes in line with our consecutive recognition at the national level for our Main Street program. And this is a testament to continued efforts that we have towards improving our downtown area and the Main Street. So much needed continued improvements in that area. So by all means, we cross our fingers that we do get it. But I know that you all have been doing a great job in submitting grants, and it looks great. I think our chances are very good, considering the efforts that we've already instituted in the last several years to continue improving our downtown area. So looking forward to receiving that grant, many of others that we will be receiving as we move forward. So excellent project. Anything else you would like to add, Mr. Jones, Commissioner Jones, on this project? I know this is your baby as far as Main Street.
Yes, Mayor, just the timing is just perfect. I just had a long conversation with Becky from Texas Cafe, and I brought her up to date with this, and she's happy that this is happening. It's just perfect timing for her. I know that currently, she's closed, but I've had a conversation with her, and she's looking forward on remodeling and expanding Texas Cafe and opening up again in January or February. She just wants this pandemic just to hopefully go away, and she's just afraid, that somebody might get sick in her restaurant. So she just decided just to close down for the meanwhile. But she's got plans for a bigger, better Texas Cafe, and and she's thrilled with this project. That hopefully, I told her that it's not a guarantee, but that we have a good chance of getting it, and hopefully it'll be a blessing for her and the residents, and the Main Street program. I'm always on top of, but she's thrilled for this project, and she's thrilled that hopefully we'll be able to update that sidewalk, because especially in her business, the cement's starting to crack, and it's starting to give way, and she's seen several people, trip over the sidewalk there. So, she's just hoping that, we'll be able to come through for her, and it'll be hopefully in perfect timing where she'll be remodeling her restaurant, and hopefully the sidewalk will be renovated for a new opening for Texas Cafe, and those businesses are right there in those houses that are there in that sidewalk area.
Yeah. Well, excellent project. Hopefully we again get funded and continue to improve the downtown area. It's one of the vital areas in our community, and it's one of those fine arts of maintaining the historic appeal, but at the same time doing what we're doing as far as continued on the new developments as well. So it's keeping that mixture of the downtown historical appeal as well, and upgrading is moving on to new development. So I think we're doing a great balancing act of maintaining both the historic appeal and the modernization of Rio Grande City moving forward. So it's a great mixture when we can balance both and still commit to both areas, including the downtown, as I mentioned, in the Main Street and some of the old town sites, and at the same time having a vision of improving in new developments and new facets of the city. So great, we can do both. Absolutely, we're committing to both. So
Mayor, I want to ask Mr. Perez. I know in the past year or two we had been working with some business owners there in the downtown area. to help them clean up or demolish some of those buildings that are becoming a hazard, safety hazard. I know there's a couple of others that they pointed out to me, and have we continued to reach out to those owners to see what we can do to help them, or maybe the city can help and assist, maybe clean up some of those places?
Yes, Mr. Milan's been actively pursuing all owners in all parts of town. In fact, he's had a couple of recent successes off of, I believe it's Flores area. There was a house that was in the neighborhood close to downtown that was taken down not too long ago. So, of course, every one of those projects requires a lot of effort because some of these are owned by several owners, and finding them and getting a hold of them and getting them to commit to do the right thing. We are still supporting the process with providing the container for them to demolish and dump whatever they have from the taking down of their buildings or cleaning up their areas. And so that continues, but I can ask Mr. Milan to give an update in the next city meeting just to make sure he catches us up on what he's done recently.
All right, thank you.
I spoke to Mr. Milan yesterday, Mayor and Commissioners. I had the opportunity there on the corner of 83 on that sidewalk project on the corner of Lopez and 83. There were some workers that are working in the back, and they brought it to my attention that White House, that old White House on 83 and Lopez, right on the corner where the project, the sidewalk project is going to end. They're going to renovate that building because I asked them if they had any plans of tearing it down, and she said no, the owner is going to hire us to fix the building. So that white building on the corner of 83 and Lopez on 2nd Street, they're gonna fix that building up. They're not gonna tear it down. They're gonna fix it.
Good.
Well, if you notice in the last several years, the downtown area, there's been multiple projects of buildings being improved on. In fact, right now, as we speak, there's Dr. Gonzalez is improving his building there in the downtown area as well. And you see some of that refurbishing or renewing the building. And you see it from the street there on 83. And in fact, I did reach out to him a few weeks ago, and that way he could submit any potential application for facade grants and that sort of thing, and just continue promoting those programs that we have, especially the owners that are already taking it upon themselves to improve the areas and haven't reached out to us yet. But we continue to promote that as far as the facade grants and improvement grants and historical building grants that we have. So that way they can reach out to us. And we do the same thing to them. So I just made it a point to stop and visit them and offer that programs. We could do the same thing for all other owners that we see there. And I think we're already doing that, but continue those efforts. Anything else on this project? It's a great opportunity, and hopefully, again, that we will receive it and continue to improve our downtown area, our Main Street, which, again, Commissioner Jones and the commission that we're committing to that, and it shows, as we have been nationally recognized for our Main Street program efforts in our downtown area. So it takes a lot of effort to get that recognition. So kudos to the Main Street program and the board and everyone that's part of this. And of course, our staff that's making this possible. So with that, do we have a motion at this time?
Yes, Mayor, I'd like to motion to authorize Mr. Perez, our city manager, to apply to the Texas CDBG Main Street Program Grant application.
Okay, we have a motion to approve by Commissioner Ramirez.
I second, Mayor.
Have a second by Commissioner Jones. Any further discussion? All those in favor signify by raising your right hand. All those opposed, raise your left hand. Okay, motion passes. Anything else before we adjourn, Mr. Perez, or any announcements?
So we're good. We're still working on some of the grants. We'll probably have some news probably by next week for you guys. It's looking good on the grant side.
Excellent. And let's continue pushing for grants. Fire trucks, you name it. Certainly these projects here and so looking forward to those efforts as well. So whatever we need to do to help in that process, Mr. Perez, let us know because obviously money's coming our way in the form of grants goes, stretches our opportunity for dollars to go a long ways and help minimize the burden on our taxpayers as well, continuing to grow the city and hey, nothing's going to stop us now. So let's continue with that growth and prosperity and the efforts that the commission has done and the staff. So thank you.
Yes, sir.
Have a motion to adjourn.
I so move.
Have a motion to adjourn by Commissioner Ramirez. We have a second. A second. Commissioner, was that Jones?
Yeah.
In favor signify by raising your right hand. All those opposed, raise your left hand. Did I get that correctly? Did everybody right hand for purposes of adjourning the meeting, or I didn't see the hands? Yes, raise your right hand for adjournment. All right. All those opposed, raise your left. Motion carries. Meeting adjourned. It is 12:25 p.m. Enjoy your lunch.